Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn series on kinship caregivers and SNAP benefits. We've got about 1 minute until 12 o'clock, so I'm going to let people roll in and we'll get started right on time. All right, it is 12 o'clock on my watch, so I'm going to get us started. As I said, welcome to our Lunch and Learn series for April. Today we are featuring Kayla Snyder from Hunger Solutions New York to talk about SNAP benefits. This is a series of Lunch and Learns, as many of you know that you've joined us already. The third Thursday of every month, we present from the New York State Kinship Navigator with a guest speaker for a 30-minute presentation for kinship caregivers and for kinship professionals. We do want to thank our sponsor, Ann Curcarito from the Times Union, for sponsoring our events. Very appreciated. This is a webinar. It will be recorded and available for viewing post-session. If you have any questions for myself or for Kayla, feel free to drop it in the chat feature. We will answer it at the end of the session, or we will reach out and email you if we don't get to the answers. As I said, this is part of a series. Our handouts will be available along with the recording post-series. Here we have some of our previous videos. They are all available on the Navigator's YouTube channel and the Navigator's website. And next month, we have our May Lunch and Learn on kinship care and Medicaid services. You'll be able to register right on our website or via this PowerPoint, third Thursday of the month in May, as always, at 12 o'clock. So I'm going to kick it off just very briefly with an overview of the Kinship Navigator services. My name is Rae Glaser. I am the director of the Kinship Navigator. Many of you are very familiar with us, the Navigator's information, referral, and education for kinship caregivers all across New York State. We have a helpline Monday through Friday, 10 to 4. We have a website, www.nysnavigator.org. We are basically the front door for kinship caregivers or prospective kinship caregivers, or professionals assisting kinship caregivers all across New York State. Just a very brief overview of our services, information. We have our legal fact sheets. We have county resources broken down into each county for kinship resources, legal, older services, youth services. We make referrals to local kinship case management programs, permanency resource centers, support groups, legal referrals. And then we provide education services for both professionals and kinship caregivers. This is one of them, our Lunch and Learn series. We provide statewide presentations to human service agencies. On our website, we have online video archives on things such as how to apply for financial assistance, Legal 101, KinGap, and our specialized series at a Lunch and Learn with all different service providers. We do also co-chair the Kin Care Coalition, the advocacy center for kinship care in New York State. Myself, along with Deborah Fox from the Family Enrichment Network, co-chair the coalition. Our website's right there. If you are interested in joining the coalition, we are both program and policy advocacy all across New York State. Here's a quick snapshot of our website. We do have, like I said, legal fact sheets. We've got county resources. We've got a calendar of kinship events. If you have anything coming up, feel free to send our way. We do also have an online chat feature for kinship caregivers and for professionals that are looking to reach out to our kinship navigators via our website. Last thing I'll mention is we do have virtual case management in addition to our information, referral, and education. This is available, it's growing. It used to be in 9 counties, and then we added some in Western New York. We are up to 21 counties now. We've just added some in the Southern Tier and North Country. You don't have to do anything special if you reside in one of these counties. If you call the Navigator helpline or refer somebody from one of the counties, our virtual case managers will follow your case for up to 6 months, help with facilitated benefits application, facilitated legal assistance, and offer things such as online support groups, access to referrals for clothing, food, and follow kinship caregivers for up to 6 months with whatever their individualized needs are. Last thing I got is on our website or right here. If you've got kinship families that you'd like to refer to our program and you'd like us to reach out to them, feel free to download our permission to contact form. You have the kinship caregiver sign it, provide their information, and our navigators will reach directly out to the caregiver. You are always welcome to give out our 1-800 number, but if you've got a caregiver going through a lot, it sometimes is easier to have that facilitated referral for the navigator to reach out. If you have any questions about the navigator services or our permission to contact form, feel free to contact me directly. My email is right at the end of this PowerPoint. At this point in time, I'm going to turn it over to Kayla Snyder, Project Manager for SNAP and Seniors Professional Network, to talk a little bit about SNAP benefits. Over to you, Kayla.
Thank you, Rae. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here today to talk about SNAP. You can go to the next slide. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Hunger Solutions New York, we are a statewide anti-hunger organization. We seek to increase awareness of, support for, and participation in the federal nutrition assistance programs, including SNAP, WIC, the school breakfast program, and more. So next, I'm going to talk a little bit more about SNAP. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program is our nation's primary nutrition assistance program. The SNAP program provides benefits for everyone that meets program guidelines. SNAP is commonly referred to as food stamps. Each month, SNAP benefits are loaded onto an EBT card. Participants can redeem them at participating stores, markets, and some online retailers. So what does SNAP look like in New York State? SNAP provides support for a variety of individuals. More than 2 million New Yorkers rely on SNAP each month, including seniors, children, disabled individuals, and more. Many SNAP participants are living on low or fixed incomes. Those receiving unemployment benefits may also be eligible for SNAP benefits as well. So why is SNAP important? For every meal provided by Feeding America's network of food banks, SNAP provides 9. SNAP also helps stimulate the economy. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities reports that 80% of benefits are spent within the first 2 weeks of issuance, and 97% of benefits are spent within the month. Benefits are spent at local farmers markets, and stores, and SNAP is very responsive in times of need, as we have seen with COVID-19 and the issuance of emergency allotments. SNAP helps increase consumer purchasing power because it helps free up other money for folks to pay for other necessities such as prescription medication, rent, childcare, and utility bills. Food insecurity can exacerbate chronic conditions such as high blood pressure and diabetes. Some recent studies have shown that SNAP enrollment has been associated with a reduction in hospital visits and healthcare costs for seniors enrolled in Medicaid and Medicare. So what does SNAP eligibility look like? SNAP eligibility is dependent upon household composition, income, and residency. When applying for SNAP, you must meet certain income guidelines as well as residency and citizenship requirements. Benefits are based on household size and available income. So next we'll talk a little bit about immigrant eligibility. Many non-citizens can qualify for SNAP, including refugees and asylum seekers. It is important that folks know that an undocumented adult can apply on behalf of a citizen child or children with status or others in the household that may meet SNAP criteria. Those that cannot prove they are legally present in the United States are not eligible for SNAP. So how do you apply for SNAP? There are many ways to apply for SNAP. The fastest and most efficient way is going to be online at mybenefits.ny.gov for folks who live in upstate. Or if you live in New York City, you can apply online at access.nyc.gov. Paper applications can be filled out and submitted in person at a local SNAP office. Paper applications can also be printed from the OTDA website. Individuals can also request an application be mailed from their local SNAP office. And you can return the paper applications in person, via mail, or fax. Some applicants may need alternative format options. They should contact their local DSS office for instructions on how to do that. So next, I'm going to review some SNAP rules for seniors. There are many additional SNAP rules that apply to seniors. Individuals 60 and up are considered seniors for SNAP purposes. A disabled individual is someone that receives SSI, SSD, or another federal or state administered disability benefit. Households with seniors and or people with disabilities with a gross income under 200% of the federal poverty limit do not need to meet resource limits or pass the net income test because they're considered categorically eligible. So those with income over 200% of the federal poverty limit may still be eligible for SNAP benefits, but only if their resources are below the resource limit. I'll drop expanded categorical eligibility desk guide into the chat in a little bit. Telephone interviews are granted automatically to households comprised of all seniors or disabled individuals. Seniors and people with disabilities who qualify for SNAP may be able to receive a larger monthly benefit by deducting out-of-pocket medical expenses over $35. By reporting these expenses in their SNAP application process, they can get even more help paying for food each month. Unfortunately, the medical deduction is underutilized and only about 19% of eligible individuals utilize it. Seniors and disabled households may also elect an authorized representative. SNAP applicants can appoint an authorized representative who can apply for SNAP on their behalf, attend the SNAP interview, and use the EBT card to make purchases if they're approved. This option is available to all SNAP applicants, but it is generally more useful to the elderly and people with disabilities. There are two new programs to help seniors and people with disabilities access SNAP: the Elderly Simplified Application Project and the New York State Combined Application Project, which I'll discuss in the next few slides. So the Elderly Simplified Application Project began in December of 2021. This project streamlines the application and certification process for eligible households. ESAP makes the SNAP process more efficient for eligible individuals through data matching, a longer certification period, and waives the initial interview at recertification time. In order to qualify for this program, all members of the household must be seniors or disabled and cannot have any earned income. They can also not be eligible for NYSNP or NYSCAP, which I will discuss next. ESAP extends the SNAP certification period to 36 months, and there's no interview required at recertification time. Enrollees must return the certification application when it is due at recertification time in order to keep their case open. It is important to note that applicants do not need to apply for ESAP. They apply for SNAP as they regularly would and are screened for eligibility by their local SNAP office. If they meet criteria, they are coded by the SNAP office and will be able to receive the benefits of ESAP. There is also a shortened 2-page application associated with this project that can be utilized. However, the DSS office will need to collect additional information to support what is being reported in the shortened application. So next, I'll talk a little bit about NYSCAP. For 2 decades, New York State has operated a combined application project called the New York State Nutrition Improvement Project. Beginning in December 2021 through December 2023, New York State will transition from NYSNP to a new combined application project called the New York State Combined Application Project. This program automatically enrolls individuals that receive supplemental security income and live alone into SNAP. There's no initial interview required once enrolled into this program, and certification lasts for 36 months. SNAP cases will open with the minimum amount of $20, and participants can return an information collection sheet that was enclosed with their information packet to potentially increase their benefit. Enrollees will also need to access their benefits within 90 days or their case will be closed. At the time of recertification, participants will need to submit the required documentation and complete an interview. There is also a mandatory interim report at 18 months that will need to be filled out and returned. So next I'll talk about some SNAP incentives. There are a lot of SNAP incentives to help increase consumer purchasing power, including the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, Fresh Connect checks, Health Bucks, and Double Up Food Bucks. These incentive programs operate in various communities, so I do encourage you to check with your local farmers market or retailers to see what they offer. There may be more local programs in some communities too. For the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, check with your local senior center. These checks are issued on a first come, first served basis and do have an expiration date. So next, I'll talk about the Pandemic Emergency Assistance Fund. This is food assistance to multi-generational households. This is not something, we talk about it in SNAP because it is tied to the EBT card, so it's important that folks have this information. This month, April of 2022, OTDA will issue one-time payments for food to SNAP and/or temporary assistance households that include at least one adult age 55 or older and at least one child age 17 or under. It's estimated that this payment will reach 26,300 houses statewide. Temporary assistance and SNAP households meeting the eligibility criteria will receive a cash payment of $730 per eligible older individual. In order to qualify for this payment, the older adult has to be 55 or older during the month of March 2022. The older adult has to be active on either an open temporary assistance or an open SNAP case. That case also has to include at least one child that is age 17 or under at any time during the month of March. The temporary assistance or SNAP case also has to remain open on the date that this payment will be issued. Families have to access their EBT cash account within 90 days of the receipt of this payment, or the cash will be removed from the account and no longer available to them. The payment will be issued on April 23rd, 2022. Estimated allotments differ by county, and I can insert that link in the chat as well. These allotments are based on the number of older adults in the SNAP or TA households by county. Some other things to note about this, these payments will be issued directly to each eligible household through their EBT card. They will also receive a letter from OTDA informing them of the amount of their cash payments. Payments can be withdrawn through an ATM, or it can be spent at retail locations where EBT cards are accepted. If folks have trouble with their EBT card, if it's damaged or they lose it or it doesn't work, they can request a new EBT card from their caseworker at the local SNAP office. And families who do expect to receive these payments should check their cash balance so they can use this benefit before it expires. They can check their cash balance free of charge at an ATM, on the internet at connectebt.com, or by calling the EBT helpline number on the back of their EBT card. So lastly, I have some resources to share with you all. I saw in the chat, someone had mentioned the Nutrition Outreach and Education Program. That is excellent. Hunger Solution New York manages this program. So NOPE coordinators can be found in many community-based organizations around the state. NOPE coordinators provide free and confidential services. Some services they provide include SNAP outreach and education, application assistance, SNAP eligibility screening. They can also provide referrals to other nutrition programs and more. To find your local NOPE coordinator, you can visit foodhelpny.org. So next, we'll talk about the SNAP and Seniors Professional Network, which is the network that I help manage. The SNAP and Seniors Professional Network is meant to be a resource to you all. There are an estimated 200,000 seniors across New York State that are eligible yet unenrolled in SNAP. The goal of the network is to connect eligible yet unenrolled seniors to SNAP through education, collaboration, and information sharing among senior service providers. You can sign up for the network at snapandseniorsny.org. Once you're signed up, you can expect to receive email updates, invitations to webinars, and more. You can also find outreach materials on our webpage. The next slide is shown some examples of the outreach flyers that are available for download on the SNAP and Seniors Professional Network webpage. Also available are some social media outreach photos and language, as well as more information on the SNAP rules that I discussed today, including ESAP and NYSCAP. So that is all I have for you today. I wanted to open it up if anyone has any questions. Deborah said that isn't it also important to add that every county in New York State has a NOPE coordinator who can make home visits or meet people in the office or community to help them complete their SNAP application. Also, the NOPE coordinator will provide advocacy and help navigate problems with the SNAP applications. That is very true, Deborah. Unfortunately, there is not a NOPE coordinator in every county in New York State, but a lot of them. So you can find if your county has a NOPE coordinator by visiting foodhelpny.org. If you don't have a NOPE coordinator in your county, there will be a phone number that you can call for more assistance if you're looking for assistance with SNAP.
And Kayla as well, our publicist tapped in. If you can send the guidelines and other resources you mentioned, if you want to send them to me or Colleen or both of us, we can
of course
those out to everybody.
Of course.
Does anybody else have any questions for Kayla? I'm going to leave her contact information here. As I said, you'll get this PowerPoint. So if you think of any follow-up questions, and also we will be recorded as well.
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions after this too, definitely feel free to reach out.
Fantastic. Well, Kayla, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And with that, we will close our April session. As I said, May session will be right up on our website momentarily, and you can feel free to register it, and it will also be sent to you via our PowerPoint. So thank you everybody for joining us today. Have a wonderful day.